Okay, my phone is losing storage space. So here is what it looks like. This is what science looks like. So this is each week. This is the guide, and it tells you I got the 4-day plan. So it's 1 day off, 4 days a week, and it tells you what to read. So sometimes it is once in a while it's reading from both book, the Super Simple Biology and the um oh, it's not even on here. Sorry. Why is the Usborne not the Usborne one? Um, yeah, so here's the Usborne, and then here's the Super Simple Biology. So like this week, you can see this day there was readings from both. So sometimes it's basically covering the same topic. So you kind of read it in both books, and then they tell you which questions to do, which activity questions. So that's that. These are supplies that warn you what's coming. But like I said, we stopped doing the science experiments. I keep thinking I should go back into it, and then I look at it and I'm just like, no. Maybe if I was using this for high school and I needed a actual lab science credit, then I would have. But it just was not supplementing us very much, so I didn't do it. Then on certain reading, there might be a note about what you read. I don't pay much attention to it for science. Pretty much we just read it, and then they have these this is what their activity sheets look like. So they'll tell you exactly which questions, and it even says which the question is from this page. So when they made these, they really do go through the books and have the questions. So I don't, a lot of times, sometimes I'll let them narrate it more to me than you can see. Like I accept pretty much, a lot of crap for these longer answers. I don't make them write out a paragraph answer. Sometimes I'll let them dictate it to me, narrate it. But I mean, it has matching and stuff. So I do feel like it reinforces. I don't feel like it's just busy work. I do feel like it helps reinforce. Instead of them just listening to me, they listen and then they do it. Now, could Will do this on his own? Totally. And sometimes he does, but because it's Will and Lincoln together, we usually do it together for science and for history. So that's what science looks like. And then history, like I said, it's history, Bible, literature. So it has a guide. I did pay for the guide. It was kind of expensive for what it is, just paper. I felt like it was kind of expensive. But the nice thing is that so like I said, I ignore the Bible part. So this is Bible, totally ignore that. Then you've got the history and geography. So this is what it tells you each day what to read. Again, we're on the 4-day plan. So it tells you which book and then what pages. And then there's read out louds, and then there's also readers. So you name it. Like this one, I was able to find this as an audiobook on Hoopla or whatever. So we listened to this one. Across 5 Aprils, I think I had them read. This one I read out loud. It is a lot of, like, sometimes we do read out loud. Sometimes we found, if we can find it as an audiobook. And then sometimes I just have read it on their own. So the way Sunlight works is they don't have language arts. This is it. This is their language arts pretty much. You're just reading, a ton of reading. And I've always heard that about Sunlight, that it's a ton of reading. Well, the thing is, we're still doing Good and Beautiful language arts plus fix. So we're kind of doing a lot. So I don't feel bad if there's a book that we skip. For instance, Old Yeller. They've read it before. We skipped it. Or, we're not. And we're also taking our time through it. So we started late because of Columbia, but it was like October, and we're now just on like week 25, and it goes up to week, what is it going? Oh, 36. Okay, well, we're getting there. Like I said, we kind of do school year round and take it just however we want it. But that's how this one works. And then this one does have discussion questions. You can see, so like for day 28, you read chapter 10, and there are books here. And they give you the answer too. So it's nice. If you didn't read it, but you just want to check and make sure that they read it, then that is a nice way of checking that. So, and then these are the books: American History and Landmark of. So yeah, this one, and then this one. So it's been okay. I don't know if we're going to do it again next year. I got to go. Someone's at the door. This is our new cat, Dusty. Say hi, Dusty. Okay. I will see you later. Bye-bye.